Hey, Gabe, how's it going? This is Gabe, and you probably noticed that I'm not in my normal, home abode. I'm actually in my car right now, and as you can tell by the hat, the shirt, the jacket, the two jackets, the vest, and everything, we're at work right now. We're mid-shift. It's 7:57 as make this commentary right now. And, the one thing I want to get across is, how cold it is out here. Jesus Christ, it must, I mean, I think they say it's like 36 degrees, but it feels more like 28. And when your job is just standing out in cold all day, obviously that cold is going to amplify itself a little bit. And it's not like you can get into like a certain groove by, just walking for a couple blocks, because this job is very start and stop. Talk to somebody, slam the door in your face, go to the next one, same thing. And the thing is, the better you do, in regards to having conversations and making those longer, the worse it's going to be weather-wise, because you're going to have to deal with standing still, which cools your body down instead of warming it up by moving a lot. The warmest you're going to get is when you're doing like those 5-block walks from like one stretch of turf to the other. But obviously in Ozone Park, it's not how it hasn't been good out here. It's January 20, let me check. It would be January 27th, so the fiscal ends tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and honestly, it could not come any sooner, because for the most part, I've been doing a lot of fraud knocks. No shame in admitting it, man. This month has been pretty terrible. The only two sales I have, one is from a single that I got a referral from Harry, who is my contact in business, and the other one is my grandmother, Bopja or whatever. I gave her like an IP, and that was the very last sale I made for this month. So we're going into fiscal February with 3 PSUs. Or, I'm sorry, we're ending fiscal January with 3 PSUs. Fiscal February, though, the good news is, or maybe the bad news, depending on, who you are. I'm trying to get this piece of, like, yarn out of the hat. Like, this little big kind of gray spot. Like, can we get rid of that, please? Okay, I think we got it. Alright, thanks. I'm heading back to my old turf, sort of. So, from what Andre convinced Lisa to do, we're going to have an 80%, 20% split. So 80% of the turf is going to be in the M node, which is Glendale, Middle Village, and Maspeth. And the other 20% is going to be in Astoria, where apparently Evan says that all the yuppies are, and it's really tough they're selling over there. So that's the L node. Astoria is the L node. Glendale, Ridgewood, Maspeth, and Middle Village are the M node. And as far as turf for the M node, I got a call from Andre today while I was in the middle of my shift, and he basically told me that he thinks I would do very well on Fresh Pond Road. Now, I was under the assumption that he was going to put me near the storefronts because, they're hard to get access to, but I've done very well of selling them back in November in Queens Village. But he was actually thinking I should take the private homes next to Flushing Avenue. But I didn't really think that was a very good idea. So, the way I have it right now, I believe he told me he was going to give me 100 leaves on Fresh Pond Road, or maybe 200 to 100. Either way, it's going to be a split between storefronts and the private homes. I'm going to tell him which one I prefer better. But I also have leads on Woodbine Street, which is like a bunch of apartments, and Madison Street. And I'm not sure if you remember at the time if you're watching this, but the first month I worked was fiscal February 2021. It's fiscal February 20. The first time I worked Madison Street, or my first month in the field period, was February 2020. It's now about to be fiscal February 2021, and I'm back working the same street, Madison Street. I told him not to give me the entire street because like there's one stretch of the train that I don't like, but the other half he did give me, so the one next to Madison Deli and all that stuff, that's where I'm going to be for this month. So it's kind of cool because I get to come back with, all the knowledge, everything I've learned over the years, and hopefully I'll be able to actually sell something there this time. Because I think in my first month, I didn't make any sales on that block. But fingers crossed, hopefully that's going to change. Now, as far as news, we do have a new package. It's called AT&T Gig 2.0, which is pretty bad in the way that the actual package itself has increased in price by $10. And Spectrum Voice is going to be $13 now. So it's actually a $13 increase from the AT&T Gig Special, the 2-year offer for 400 megs. To this one, which is basically the same thing, but $13 more expensive. However, the one silver lining is the fact that our gig used to be, I think, $110 or $105 for 2 years with the promotion and everything like that, which was still very expensive, and obviously more expensive than Verizon, more expensive than RCN. Apparently, with the new Gig 2.0, the 400 meg option and the triple play is obviously a lot more expensive, but the Gig is a lot more reasonably priced at $65 with the router, which obviously it's pretty good. It's a lot more competitive. It's more expensive than RCN, which is to be expected, but it is cheaper than Verizon, which puts us back into competitive categories of, all the gamers, all the high bandwidth users, home office people, stuff like that. Now, as far as how I feel about it, I'm not really sure. Like, I'm probably going into this month with 2 strikes, so we'll have to see how I do. And I'm really hoping to make a good bounce back, This job is pretty decent, whatever, and for now, I'm just having that entrepreneurial spirit. But I'm already losing my train of thought, and I'm kind of getting bored recording this video. I feel bad that I didn't do it yesterday as well, because I keep forgetting to do this in my car, since that's when it's the most convenient for me. But right now, I'm just trying to get this month out of the way so we can start next month, and hopefully be back on my way to BYOB. Other than that, a lot of cheat meals have been happening, or not cheat meals, more like cheat snacks. Actually, I eat 2 meals, right? So one is technically breakfast/lunch, and the other one is the actual lunch during my shift at work. And as far as breakfast is concerned, I made the mistake of going to Walmart when I was hungry, or going to Target when I was hungry. I think I said this in the last vlog, and I bought basically everything in the store: pizza, chips, chocolate, M&Ms, crackers, pretzels, everything. And now I feel like I have an obligation to get rid of basically all of them, so I can kind of, start fresh and everything. And I also got Coke too, which isn't very good. So I've been eating very heavy in the breakfast department, and my body theorizes that, hey, whatever, I ate a lot of heavy calories for breakfast, so what's a McDonald's meal gonna do for me, or what's a Wendy's meal gonna do for me, or what's a Popeyes meal gonna do for me? I'm basically rationalizing having, unhealthy meals, and that's probably not a good idea. So, I mean, treadmill progress, walk station progress has been very good. About like 2 hours on it every single day, so that's good, but like it's more than being canceled out. It's getting worse by how much food I'm putting into my system, so that has to stop. But we just have to see if I can apply myself, or if I'm gonna have to get rid of all that food before I can actually do that. But regardless, Gabe, it's been nice talking to you. Hopefully tomorrow I have some better news, and hopefully on Friday, even though it's gonna be an ice cold day, I'm gonna be nice and warm in those lobbies on Fresh Pond Road and on Madison Street, and actually get back to making some sales. So nice talking to you, man. I'll catch you later. Hope everything's good, and peace out, man.